So in the last class, we had done this numerical. Okay. In the last class, we had done this numerical. So we'll continue. There are few more numericals to be done. Okay. So let us see this problem. Okay. And after we finish this this is one sum and this is one sum. Okay. We are having two questions over here. Then we'll start with the topic. Okay. Okay. So just look at this sum. We are supposed to calculate the magnetic field at point O. Okay. We are supposed to calculate the magnetic field at point O. So let us do that. So if suppose this current is moving, okay, suppose this current enters from this end. Suppose this current enters from this end, okay. Then what will happen to this current? This current will divide. At this junction, the current will divide now. Okay. So one way is that the current moves like this. Okay. And the second path for the current will be this. Okay. So these two are in parallel connection. These two are in parallel connections. Okay. These two are in parallel connections. So just try to understand one thing, that the current will be getting divided over here. And so one current will move like this. Okay. One current would move like this. And another current, this current I, will be divided in two parts. Okay. So let us assume this is current I1 and this current is I2. We are having two currents, I1 and I2. Okay. Now, assuming that the wire is uniform, okay. So what will happen to this now? The resistance along the path A, B, and C. Okay. The resistance along the path A, B, and C up to D. Okay. And then a resistance will be there along the path AD. So there will be a path for current along A, B, C, D, and then there will be a path for the current from A to D directly. Okay. So the magnetic field at point O will be due to this wire and it will be due to this wire. So let us do that. Let us calculate for that only. Okay. So see here. Due to this wire, we are calculating first. Due to A, B, C, D, we are doing it first. Okay. Due to A, B, C, D, we are doing it first. So what formula will you write? What formula will you write for this AB? Okay. For AB, what will you be writing? You will be writing it as B magnetic field due to AB wire. Okay. So what you will write? Mu naught I, okay, divided by 4 pi, and this distance you will take. Okay, this distance you will take. This distance. So this distance, if you see, it is A by 2. This distance is A by 2. A by 2. Okay. Then you will take this angle. You will calculate this angle. Okay. You will try to calculate this angle and this angle. So suppose these two angles are x, because this is a square. Okay. This will become a perpendicular bisector. So this will become x and this will also become x. Okay. So I can write it as 2 sine of x. I can write it as 2 sine of x. Okay. Now, due to AB you have calculated. Okay. Can I say the same magnetic field will be due to BC also and CD also? Yes. The same magnetic field I'll be having due to BC also, and the same magnetic field I'll be having due to CD also. Okay. So the magnetic field due to AB plus BC plus CD. Okay. AB plus BC plus CD will be 3 times what you have calculated over here. Okay. 3 times what you have calculated over there. 3 times of this. Okay, 3 times of this. Is it okay? Now, this is one magnetic field which is going downward. What is the direction for this? What is the direction for this? If you hold the wire in your right hand, okay, so you will have the magnetic field going inward, okay. And if you see due to AD, the magnetic field will be upward, okay. The magnetic field will be upward due to AD, okay. Now, the magnetic field due to AD we have to calculate, okay. This current is I1, this current is actually I1, okay. I1 we have to magnetic field due to AD now, okay. So mu naught into I2 divided by 4 pi, okay. Again the distance will be a by 2, okay. Again the distance will be a by 2 multiplied by 2 sine of x, okay. You will be writing the same thing for that wire also, okay. But what is the value of I2 now? Let us find out the value of I2, okay. So can you see this? This was the structure, okay. So assuming that this is also R, this is R, and this is R, and this is also R, and the current follows this path. This is I1, this is I2, okay. So what is this resistance now? What is this resistance now? I can find it out like this. This is 3R and this is R, okay. The first one is 3R and the bottom one is R, okay. So how will this current I get divided? How this current I will get divided, okay. So suppose this is capital I going, or I1 is going over here, okay, and here I2 is going. So how will you decide that which current is how much? How will you divide it? Okay, so I can say that the current through voltage across 3R is equals to the voltage across R, okay, correct. Now, what is V value? What is V value? Can I say V will be is equals to V is equals to I into R? Can I say that? So it will become I1 into 3R is equals to I2 into R. Okay. So I1, this R and R gets cancelled. So I2 becomes now 3 times of I1. Do you see this? I2 becomes 3 times of I1. So now if I'm substituting I2 as 3 times I1, okay. So if I substitute this value, suppose if I substitute this here, okay, if I substitute this I2, okay, as 3 times of I1, so 1 and 3, okay, 1 and 3. Now can you see this? Can you see this equation? Can you see this equation over here? Okay, and can you see this equation over here? Are they both exactly same? Yes or no? They both are exactly same, okay. They both are exactly same, okay. And the magnitude, the direction of the magnetic field due to this wire, okay, due to AD wire is upward, okay. So that is also opposite. There in the first equation, okay, the magnetic field is going downward, and in the second case the magnetic field was coming upward. So both the magnetic fields are opposite in direction. The magnitude is equal, okay. So the net magnetic field at point O, the net magnetic field at point O will be what? 0. The net magnetic field at point O will be 0. Is it okay? Is there any doubt in this now? Is there any doubt in this now? You can answer in the chat. Is there any doubt now? Okay, fine. So we are going to move on to the next question. Okay. So the next question is a circular coil of 200 turns. A circular coil we have. Okay. It is having total of 200 turns. Has a radius of 10 centimeter, has a radius of 10 centimeter. Okay, and carries a current 2 ampere and carries a current 2 ampere. Find the first part for this question is that I'm supposed to find out the magnetic field magnitude at the center of the coil. Okay, so I know that first solution. Okay, a part for this is, okay, that n is given to me as 200 turns. Okay, radius is given to me as 10 centimeter and the current value is given to me as 2 ampere. Okay, so now the magnetic field, how do I write? So it will be mu naught I divided by 2 into R. Now there are n terms, so you have to multiply by n. That is only difference in this. Okay, because there are total n turns, so you will multiply by n. Okay, you will multiply it by n. One more thing, that this centimeter has to be converted into meters, so R will be equal to 0.1 meter. Okay, now you can just substitute the values and calculate the things. Okay, you can now simply substitute the values and you can solve it. Okay, so this will be a very easy problem now. Okay, the only thing is that for n, if it is given as n, okay, so you have to multiply by the number of turns over there. You have to multiply by number of turns over there. Understood? Now, just see the second problem, B part. At what distance from, okay, B part for this. At what distance from the center along the axis, okay? At what distance from the center along the axis of the coil will the field B drop to half its value? Okay, so what actually it is saying, suppose, what actually this question is saying, the B part is saying, okay, that suppose here you are having a coil, okay, this is the coil, okay, the coil is this is this axis, this is its axis. Okay, now at this point, okay, at the center point, if you can see that center point, okay, at this point, if the magnetic field is B, okay, so at what distance from this center, okay, the new magnetic field will be half of the magnetic field what is at B, or what is at center. Understood? So you have to calculate that point, that distance x, where you will be having a magnetic field, which is equal to the half of the magnetic field which is at the center. Understood? If you cannot visualize this figure, okay, so I'll try to make another figure. Okay, suppose this is a plane. Okay, suppose this is a plane. Okay, understood? This is XY plane. Is it okay? This is a XY plane. This is a XY plane. Okay, now at this center we have a magnetic field B. At what distance, okay, at what distance from the center, okay, at what distance from the center you have the new magnetic field value as half of this. Okay, so you are supposed to calculate this distance only. You are supposed to calculate this distance over here. Is it okay? You are supposed to calculate this distance. Understood? Now, everybody has understood this B problem. The problem B, everybody has understood. Yes. Explain part A. Part A is nothing. Just you have to multiply with n turns. There is n number of coils like this. There are n number of coils like this. Okay. So if you are having n number of coils, so you have to multiply by the number of turns over there. Okay. For one field, for one coil, you will be having a magnetic field strength like this. Okay. If you increase that number of coils by 10 times, so what will happen? This magnetic field will become 10 times. So if I'm increasing the number of turns by 200 times, so I have to just multiply by n. That's it. There's nothing in that. I hope this problem B you have understood. Okay. The situation you have understood. Okay. Now, so just see here. We are going to calculate. Okay. We are going to calculate the magnetic field. Okay. So before starting this question, okay. Before starting this question, okay. Before starting this question, okay, we will try to analyze, okay, this case first. Okay. The magnetic field due to a circular current loop at a point on its axis. Okay. So similar to this in electric field also you have studied. Okay. So this is not new to you people. This concept is not new to you people as you have studied this concept. Okay. Electric field due to a circular charged loop. Okay. You have studied this as electric field due to a circular charged loop at a point on its axis. At a point on its axis. So this thing you have already studied if you can recall it. Have you studied this or not? Where you would have been taught like this is a x-axis, x and y axis. Okay. Here you are having this coil. Okay. Which is given some charge. Okay. Which is given some line charge. So line charge lambda is given as lambda q by L. L is the length of the ring. Okay. And at this point, okay, you were calculating the electric field. Okay. So you had cut a charge over here. You had cut a element over here, and you had cut an element over here. Okay. So from this element you had drawn the electric field lines like this, and from this you had drawn electric field lines like that. Okay. Like this. Then along this axis you were having two electric field lines, and opposite one got cancelled. Okay. So this all thing you have already studied. These all things you have already studied. Correct? Can you recall it? Yes or no? Can you recall it in electrostatics? Okay, you see your notes, it's already there. Okay, it's a part of your syllabus. It's part of your syllabus. Okay. The only thing that will differ here, the only thing that will differ here is you have to understand the magnetic field direction. Okay. The only thing that will differ here is that you have to understand the magnetic field direction. Okay. It will be not as simple as in electrostatics. Okay. If you understand the direction, that is the only thing you have to understand. Okay. So I'll try to draw 2-3 figures over here. Okay. And I'll try to make you understand. Okay. So please focus on the screen. Okay. And don't try to do anything. Okay. So just see here, this is the situation now, what I'm drawing. Okay. You can draw the figure with me, but okay, you can draw the figure. If you want, you can draw the figure with me. If you want, you can draw the figure with me. Okay. Okay. So this is the axis. This is the axis. Okay. Of the ring. This is the axis of the ring. Okay. And at this point, suppose I'm supposed to calculate the magnetic field value. At this point, I'm supposed to calculate the magnetic field value. Okay. This is x-axis, this is z-axis, and this is y-axis. And at this particular point, I'm supposed to calculate the magnetic field now. Okay. This is its axis. If you can understand, okay, if you can visualize this, this is the axis. Okay. This is its axis. Now r is its radius. R is the radius of r is the radius of this. Okay, the ring has a radius of r. Okay, that I'm not writing here because the figure itself is too complicated. I'm not going to write the things and make it more complicated. Okay, so r is the radius of this ring now. Okay, at this point P, we are supposed to calculate the magnetic field. Okay, at this point P, I'm going to calculate, or we are supposed to calculate the magnetic field now. Okay, so we'll go back to our basics. We'll go up to our basics. Okay, and what is that? What is that? We'll try to take the element. We'll try to take the element. Okay, so there also you had taken element. So that charge, this element had a charge dq. So this also element is there. Okay, this also has an element now. Okay, so that element is here. That element is here. So this is my element. Understood? This is my element, and this element. Okay, this element, this complete current. Okay, this complete ring is having a current. Okay, this complete ring is having a current, and the current flows in this direction. The current, remember, is flowing in this direction. Okay, now this is the element and this is the element. Now what is the direction of current element? Now what will be the direction of current element now? Okay, so the direction of current element will be in this direction. Okay, this will be I dl vector. Okay, and if you see here top, okay, if you see here, okay, at the top, so the current element is having this direction, tangent to it, tangent to this. Okay, that point. So this is my current element now. Is it okay? Understood? And at what point we have to calculate? At P point I have to calculate. Okay, so what is the first thing that you have to do? You have to find out, the perpendicular distance between the, you have to find out the perpendicular distance between the that current element. Okay, the current element and the speed. Okay, as well as the position vector, as well as the position vector we have to calculate, as well as the position vector we have to calculate. Okay, so what is the position vector now? What is the position vector now? So what is that position vector? So position vector will be somewhat like this. If you can understand, okay, if you can visualize it, okay, the position vector would look somewhat like this. The position vector would look somewhat like this. Is it okay? The position vector would look somewhat like this. Okay, now just tell me what will be the direction of magnetic field at point P. Just tell me what is the direction of magnetic field at point P. Okay, so this is r vector, this is my r vector, this is my dl vector. Okay, this is my r vector in this direction, this is my ideal vector. Okay, how will I find out the magnetic field direction at P? The value will be dp. Okay, suppose I'm telling you the value is going to be db vector. Okay, its value also I can write, no problem, but you have to see the direction. But you have to see the direction right now. Okay, but you have to see the direction right now. So let us understand that direction with a different figure now. Let us understand that direction with a different figure now. Is it okay? Okay, now let's see here. I'm going to draw a different figure now. Okay, a second view for this, a second view. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, okay, this is my x-axis and this will be my y-axis. Okay, so just what I'm trying to do is, okay, that this complete figure, okay, this complete figure, I'm trying to make it like this. Okay, where y-axis becomes perpendicular, okay, so if you visualize it like that, if you can visualize it like that, okay, so you will have this kind of situation, okay, and while having this kind of situation, okay, the ring will look somewhat like this, okay, the ring is going to look somewhat like this to you, okay, this will be the upper part, This will be the upper part. This one will be the upper part. Okay, this one. Understood? This part will be the lower part. This part will be the lower part. Okay. Now suppose if I rotate this figure such that, okay, if I rotate this complete figure, so where do you think that the current will point here? Where do you think the current would point here and the current would point here? Yes. Where do you think that? Where the current will be pointing here? In this case, where the current will come? Will it come towards you or will it go into the plane? Yes. At this point, okay, at this point, the current will go into the plane or it will come towards you. Yes. At this first point, at the top point, where will the current go? Will it come towards you or will it go into the screen? Yes. I've got only one answer. Yes, both of you are right. Ganesh, Balaji. No, it will not go into the plane. It will not go into the plane. It will be coming out of the plane. Into the plane, the second one will go. Okay. Into the plane, the second one will go. Okay. And the first one will come towards us. The first one comes towards us and the second one goes into the plane. The second one goes into the plane. Okay. The second one goes into the plane. So like that, you have to rotate it. Is that fine? Okay. And that point which I was talking of, okay, would be straight here, and this would be R, position vector R. Okay. This would be the position vector R. Understood? Now what you have to do? You just see what will be the direction of magnetic field over here. Okay. So just see here, the magnetic field would point somewhere here. The magnetic field due to this will be pointing like this. How you will find out? How did I get this? Okay. So let us understand that also. Using right hand palm rule. Okay. Using right hand palm rule. What is right hand palm rule? What is right hand palm rule? I told you that you have to stretch your palm. Okay. You have to stretch your palm. Understood? You have to stretch your palm like this. Okay. You have to stretch your palm like this. Yes or no? You have to stretch your palm like this. Now draw the perpendicular. So, okay. So you have stretched your palm like this. So this finger, okay, this thumb should point towards the direction of current. This will show the direction of current. Okay. And this will be, these fingers will be pointing towards, the point. Okay. These fingers will be pointing towards the point. Is it okay? These fingers will be pointing towards the point P over here. Now you have to draw the perpendicular on the palm. Do you understand this much? Now you do what, as I'm instructing. Okay. Just try to do that also. Okay. Just try to do that. Stretch your palm, right hand palm. Okay. Right hand palm, stretch it like this. Right hand palm, everybody stretch it like this as drawn on the screen. Okay. Now what you have to do? Just keep this portion. Okay. Suppose this is your little finger. Okay. So this portion of your palm, okay, keep along this line. Okay. This portion, keep along this line. Did you keep it? Yes. Okay. Now, where is your thumb pointing? Is it pointing towards you? When you keep this portion? Of your palm over here, okay, is the thumb pointing towards you? Yes. So the current direction is towards you and the fingers are pointing towards this palm. Okay. Now draw perpendicular to your palm. Now draw perpendicular to the palm. Just keep the pen or a pencil on your palm. Okay. Just keep pen or pencil on the palm. Is it in the direction that I have pointed over here? Is it somewhat like this? Is it somewhat like this? Yes. Is it somewhat like this? Yes or no? Are you getting that direction now? Are you able to understand that direction? All of you are able to understand that direction or not? Okay. So if this is the palm, okay, this portion of your palm, okay, this portion of your palm, you have to lie over here, okay. This portion of the palm, you have to place it here, okay. And then you will find, that this thumb will be pointing towards you, okay. Then take a pen and keep on your palm, keep on the palm, okay. Just, okay. So what will happen? You will see, draw perpendicular. Actually, you have to draw the perpendicular on the palm, okay. So don't place the finger, don't place the finger on this pencil like this. You don't have to keep it like this, okay. You have to place the pen, okay. You have to place the pen like perpendicular, okay. You are putting perpendicularly, okay. So you will have this direction. You will have this direction, okay. So this is the direction of magnetic field. This is the direction of magnetic field now, okay. What is this angle now? What is this angle? What will be this angle? Can you tell me what is this angle now? What will be this angle now? Only 2-3 people are answering. Darshan, Ganesh, Nagraju, Deepika. Only 2-3 people are answering. The pen direction is coming towards me. You are making it wrong. Okay. Correct. This angle will be now 90 degree. This angle will be 90 degree. Okay. This angle will be 90 degree. Okay. Now, if this is 90 degree, okay, if this angle, okay, if this angle is 90 degree, okay, I can break this along y-axis. Can I break this dB along y-axis and x-axis? So this will be dB along x-axis, okay. This will be dBy, okay, correct. Now, you have drawn due to first element. If I draw due to this, if I draw due to this, so where will be the magnetic field now? Where will be the magnetic field? It will be in this direction. Yes or no? It will be in this direction. Okay. So for this, what you have to do? For this also, I'm explaining you. If all those who have not understood how we have got that direction, so try to understand now again. Okay. So what you have to do now? Right now, you have to keep this portion. Now you have to keep this portion along this line. Try to align this portion, the red color. Okay. This red color along this blue color. Okay. This blue color line along this line. Try to point it like that. Okay. Try to point it like that. When you point it like that, so where is your thumb pointing? Where is your thumb pointing? Is it pointing inward? Is it pointing inward to the screen? Yes. Is it pointing inward to the screen? Yes. Now now place your finger. Now place the pen perpendicular to the palm. Now place your pen perpendicular to the palm. Now place that pen perpendicular to your palm. Yes. Now place the pen perpendicular to the palm. Are you getting that direction? Are you getting that direction? Yes. Are you all getting that direction? Okay. Now, so if I get that direction, so what I will do now? Perpendicular. Okay. dBy, and this will be along dBx. So now both dB along x-axis will be added. These dBs will be, this dBy, the magnetic field along y-axis will be cancelled, and along, sorry, y-axis will be cancelled, and along x-axis they will be added. Understood? This much you have understood, that along dbx I have to add, and along dby it will get cancelled. Okay. Now, so we have to find out the value now. So first let me write the value of db, then we will find out the value of dbx. Okay. First let me write the value of db, and then I will write the value of dbx also. Okay. So what is the value of db now? What is the value of db? The small magnetic field values. Okay. So these will be written as mu naught upon 4 pi. Okay. Ideal. Okay. Ideal divided by r square. Ideal okay, ideal divided by r square. Okay. Now what is the angle between r and dl vector? What is the angle between r and dl vector? Just see here. R vector is like this. R vector is drawn on the screen. Okay. R vector is drawn on the screen. Okay. And the dl vector is going into the plane. The dl vector is going into the plane. Okay. This is ideal vector and this is r vector. Ideal vector is going into the plane and r vector is along this arrow. So what is the angle between them now? What is the angle between them now? Yes. What is the angle between them now? Angle between them 90 degree. Very good. It is sine 90. Okay. Sine 90. So sine 90 becomes 1 now. Sine 90 becomes 1 now. So this will be written as dB is equals to, okay, mu naught 4 pi, okay, ideal r square. This is what? This is magnetic field. Okay, this is magnetic field. Okay. Now we have to write down the x values. Now we have to write down these x values. Okay, because this y value gets cancelled, we have to only add the x values. Okay. So now what we are going to do, just assume this angle to be theta. This angle to be theta. Okay. Just assume that this angle is theta now. Just assume that this angle is theta right now. Okay. Now, if that is theta, so this will be also theta. This will be also theta. Correct. This will be also theta. Fine. What will be this angle? What will be this angle? Will this angle be 90 minus theta? Okay. Will that angle be 90 minus theta? Because this complete angle along horizontal line, okay, and vertical line is 90 degrees. So if this angle is theta, this angle will be 90 minus theta. Now what will be this angle now? What will be this angle? This angle will be theta. This angle will be theta. So along dbx and dby, what I will write now, it will be db sine of theta, okay. So dbx is actually nothing but db sine theta. Okay. What is db value now? It is mu naught 4 pi I dl divided by r square into sine of theta. Is it okay? Fine. Now what is r square value now? What is r square value? Okay. What is r square value? Let us calculate that also. So just see here. This was the ring. Okay. If you can remember. So this was the ring. Okay. This was the point here. This is r vector. This is r. This was suppose x. Okay. And this is theta. And capital R is the radius of the ring. Capital R is the radius of the ring. Capital R is the radius of the ring. Okay. What is sine theta from here? What is sine theta from here? Can you explain me? What is sine theta from here? Sine theta will be perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So capital R by small r. It will be capital R by small r. Okay. Now, what will be R value? What will be small r value? What will be small r value? Can you write it as, R square plus X square? Can you write R as under root R square plus X square? Okay. So this dB, okay, this dBx, what we will be writing now. Just see here, mu naught I divided by 4 pi, okay, dl I will write afterwards, dl I'll write afterwards, instead of 1 by r, okay, r square, okay, 1 by r square is there. So what I'll be writing, 1 divided by r square becomes r square plus x square, okay. Instead of sine theta, I will write capital R by small r, okay, and then I will write dl. Is that clear? Okay. Now the magnetic field along x-axis, right? The magnetic field along x-axis I will be writing as mu naught. I'll integrate this dbx. Okay. So what I'll get, mu naught I divided by 4 pi r within bracket capital R square plus x square is x square r integral dl. And if I integrate for this complete ring, so what you will get, mu naught I r divided by 4 pi r capital R square is small x square into dl is 2 pi. What is the radius of the ring? Capital R. So this is the result, 2 pi r. Okay, 2 pi r. So this is the result now. Is it okay? Is it clear to everyone? Yes. Now 2 pi here and 4 pi here, I will cancel it out. Okay, I will cancel them out from like this. Okay. Is something missing? Okay. R is already written there. R is there. Okay. So bx will become now, okay, will become now mu naught I into r square divided by 2, okay, r square plus x square, okay, into root of r square plus x square. So this is what you have, and if you simplify it, so final equation what you will be having will be, okay, the final equation what you will be having will be looking somewhat like this. Okay, because this is 1 and this is 1 by 2, so 1 plus 1 by 2 becomes 3 by 2. Okay, so this is the value now. Okay, so this is the value now. Okay, this is the magnetic field at point P due to the circular ring. Okay, at any x distance, this is the value now. Okay, so I hope only one important part was here, to visualize the direction. Okay, the only important thing in this was to visualize with the direction. Okay, remaining everything matches with the electric field calculation at a point due to a charged circular ring. Okay, at a point on axis due to a charged circular ring, how do you calculate? The complete calculation is same. Okay, the only thing is that how will you visualize the direction of magnetic field? Okay, that was important over here. Okay, so though it will not be asked so many times, or okay, or it is not very critical, but still if you imagine or if you can visualize it and if you are understanding it, okay, then you will have a feeling that yes, this is the direction of magnetic field. Yes, this is the way I can calculate the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, so remember this rule over here. Okay, that right hand palm rule. Okay, right hand palm rule, what you have to do, you have to stretch your palm like this and then draw the perpendicular on the palm, okay, not opposite of the palm. Few people will be drawing opposite to the palm also. That's not your palm. Okay, on your palm you have to draw the face where you don't have nails. Okay, that side is your palm. Okay, I should not tell you that which part of your hand, okay, is your palm. Okay, so on your palm you have to put the perpendicular. On the palm you have to draw the perpendicular line. Understood? Am I clear with that? Yes. Okay, so anybody is having any doubt in this now? Is there anyone who is having any kind of doubt in this? Is there anyone who is having any kind of doubt in this now? Okay. So can you solve this question now? Can you solve this question now? Just read this question. Okay. What I'll do, I'll just copy this question over there. Okay. I'll copy this complete question. Now just read this question. Part B. At what distance from the center, okay, along the axis of coil, okay, along the axis of the coil, okay, will the magnetic field, will the field be drop to its half its value? Okay, will drop to its half its value. Okay, so that what you have to solve it. Okay, so if you can directly substitute the result also, the formula also, you will get the values. Okay, so I'm leaving this as an exercise for you. Okay, I'm leaving this as an exercise for you. Okay, so next thing what I wanted to discuss with you about a question that you would have seen in this weekend portion. Okay, this week portion, one question you would have seen. Okay, I don't know how many would have solved. Okay, I don't know how many would have solved that. Okay, but still I wanted to take that problem. Okay, so what was that problem? Just try to see here. Okay, and if you have solved it, okay, so just let me know what answers you have marked. Can you imagine what question was that? Which question I'm talking of? That cube problem. Okay, one problem was there with the cube. Okay, okay, 9 wire form polygon. Okay, okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. Wait, I'll take just now. But let me discuss this one. Okay, this is important, and this one looks very difficult. But I will tell you a trick how to remember. Okay, so there was three parts for this. So there was three parts for this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and the correct answer was 4. The correct answer for this was 4. What was the question? That first you have to calculate the this equivalent resistance across the point AB. First you have to calculate the equivalent resistance across the point AB, if you can visualize. Okay, the second you have to calculate the equivalent resistance across AC. Okay, so equivalent resistance across AB was asked to you, across AC was asked to you, and across A, B, C, D, then E, F, G, and H. So A and E, correct? Yeah, A and E. AF, sorry, AF. Okay, this was asked to you. Across AB, across AC, across AB, okay, edge, face diagonal, and then across body diagonal, and then across body diagonal, across the edge, across the face diagonal, and across the body diagonal. Understood? So about AB, what is the result? About AC, what is the result? And about AF, what is the result? Yes. Nagaraju, what you have told is for this AC. What you have told is about AC. Anyone for AB and AF? Anyone who has marked for AB and AF? Nobody. So for AB, it is 7R by 12. Okay. And for AF, it is 5R by 6. Okay. How you will remember this? Okay. How you will remember this if this comes next time in any exam? Okay. So I'm telling you that trick, and with that trick, you don't have to solve it. You don't have to solve it. Just see the problem, hit the answer. Okay. It will be like if you understand the trick to remember this. Okay. So AB is called as edge. Okay. When you calculate across AB, that is called as edge. Okay. That is called as edge. Edge of box. When you calculate across AC, so that's the face diagonal. That's the face diagonal. That's the face diagonal. Okay. That's the face diagonal. That's the face diagonal. Okay. And when you calculate across AF, so that's the body diagonal. That's the body diagonal. That's the body diagonal. Okay. Now, from edge, take E. From face, take F. From body, you take B. Okay. So what does this becomes? Edge formula. Okay. What does this becomes now? Edge formula for box. Edge formula for box. Okay. Edge formula for box. Do you understand? So edge is what? This one is edge across AB. What is F? Face diagonal. So this is a face. Okay. One face of the cube. Okay. So this is the face. Body diagonal across AC. Okay. And this will be only asked to you. Okay. Other than these three, there is no fourth one. Other than this three, there is no fourth combination for a symmetric circuit. Okay. So edge formula for box now. Okay. Now you have to calculate equivalent resistance. Okay. So without any doubt, you can write R here because you will calculate resistance. Okay. So resistance will be always in numerator. You should not have any doubt with that. Okay. You should not be having any doubt with that R value will go in numerator. Okay. Now just see how I'm writing. Now just see how I am writing. Okay. Are you all following me? Are you all following me? Okay. Now just see. I'm writing it here. 1. See here on the screen. You just see now what I am doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Understood? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The formula is in front of you. The value is in front of you. Understood? If R value is given as 1, you substitute 1. If R value is given as 2, you substitute 2. If R value is 3, you substitute 3. Okay. Just remember that when R value is different. Okay. Suppose at one point it's R, at one point it's R by 2, at one point it's 3R. So this thing will not run. This thing will not go. Okay. Why it will not go? Because in that case, it will not be symmetric circuit. In that case, it will not be a symmetric circuit. Okay. If all the resistances are same, then only you will have a symmetric circuit, and then only you can write this. Okay. And in your syllabus, and such questions will always come for you as a symmetric circuit. Okay. So you don't have to worry beyond this. And if you can remember this, okay, it will be very easy. You don't have to solve. You don't have to bother. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's it. Edge formula for box. Okay. The edge is here. The edge is over here. Okay. The face is here. The face is here. Okay. And the body diagonal is here. Okay. Face is this one. Oh, sorry. Edge is this one. Face is this one. And body diagonal is this one. Is it clear to everyone? Yes. Are you able to understand how you have to remember this thing? Are you able to understand how you have to remember this thing? Okay. Now, one more doubt, one more question was there. Okay, where you had to calculate for the polygon. Okay, nine-sided polygons. Okay, so nine-sided polygon if it is there. Okay. So what was the question actually? What was the question about the nine-sided polygon? I remember one nine-sided polygon was there. Okay, so eight side will be in series, one side will be in parallel. Okay, eight sides will be in series and one side will be in parallel. Okay, that's the only thing what will happen. That's the only thing what will happen. Okay, so suppose this is a circle. If I draw polygon into it, so it will be somewhat like this. Okay, it will be somewhat like this. Okay, equivalent resistance. Okay, here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are in series. This alone, this one alone is in parallel. Okay. So suppose if these are R values, so this becomes 8R. Okay. And this alone is R. So this is in parallel now. Okay. So 8R into R becomes plus 9R. So this becomes 8R by 9. Okay. 8R by 9. Understood? The 8 resistances will be in series. Okay, the 8 resistances will be in series. One resistance will be in parallel. Okay, one resistance will be in parallel. So for that resistance, you will multiply with, you'll write it like that. So 1 by 8R into plus 1 by R. So how will you solve it now? So this becomes R plus 8R divided by 8R square. So this is 1 upon R equivalent now. So this becomes 8R square divided by 9R. So this becomes 8R by 9. Okay. So quickly take the slides now. Quickly take the slides now. Okay. I'll just give you the slides for this first. Do it fast. Do it fast. Then after this, take the screenshot of this question also. Okay. This one. Then take this also. Okay. So tomorrow we'll start with the new topic, which is Ampere's circuital law. Okay. That's a very important topic. In board, you will have at least one question or one derivation from that. Okay. Ampere's circuital law. It has same importance what Gauss law has in electrostatics. Okay. What Gauss law has importance in electrostatics, Ampere's circuital law has the same importance in the magnetostatics. Okay. So next topic will be very important. Okay. So don't miss that. Okay. Thank you. One more thing that you will get the what you say, homework. Okay, you'll get the homework from Learnity. Okay, just check. Okay, I have written if I'm able to send, and they will be able to post. Okay, so you will get a worksheet today. Okay, you'll get a worksheet today. Okay, in Learnity. So go visit Learnity site. Okay, and try to download that physics homework. Okay, thank you.